I have a recollection of being aware that you were mad for road. And I can't remember who I was talking to, but somebody maybe telling me about your touring schedule and how phenomenal it was. Is that accurate or?
It would have been in certain periods, yeah. I loved it though. I suppose I'm not in that, I mean, none of us are in that place now, but no, there was years where I probably was gigging more nights than I wasn't, you know. But I loved it, and I loved sleeping on a bus in like a little coffin,
Yeah.
being vibrated like you're on a washing machine, you know. I loved it. And just loved every night playing and every day waking up in a different place. It's amazing. I don't know when that will ever happen again, but I loved it when it was happening.
Say 150 years ago, okay, or 200 years ago, or whatever, before there was a music industry and before there was albums and tours, can you imagine what you might have been doing?
Like as a job?
Well, just as somebody who is gifted in the way that you are and who derives such pleasure and gives such pleasure from what you do, what would you have done then? And the reason I'm asking is because
Yeah.
I have an interest in storytellers and singers. I'm wondering where they would have fitted in historically into the culture.
I mean, I've always sung since I was very small. I remember that my earliest memory is in the car singing along in a car seat, you know, tilted back at an angle. I vividly remember doing the backing vocals to this Joni Mitchell song.
Even back then you had taste, like.
I was kind of piggybacking on my mother's taste now, as all children do.
You want to sing along to Madonna or Britney Spears? No, it had to be fucking Joni Mitchell or something.
Hey, you know, well, that's what I'm choosing to remember. I'm sure there was a lot of Mariah Carey warbling as well.
Yeah.
But I was always singing, and the songs that I was drawn to were those kind of storytelling songs, like Joni Mitchell or Paul Simon. I remember Graceland was a big one where even as a child you don't understand what any of the words are really about.
Yeah.
But there's these really vivid images in them that grabs you even as a tiny small person. And I don't know what I would be doing, but I mean I know that I would have been singing, but presumably I would have been singing to myself, you know, and writing songs for myself. I don't know what outlet there would have been 200 years ago for a.
I wonder, did the idea of a female songwriter?
Burn the Witch, probably, I would have thought.
So you'd been burnt and drowned. So aren't you grateful to be alive in the 21st
You know,
century?
things are looking up.
No matter how bad things get, at least you're not in cinders beside the river. Yeah.
Exactly. Look on the bright side.
What's your relationship to Vicar Street?
Vicar Street, was one of the first places I ever sang a song in public. A song that I'd written.
That's a phenomenal place to start. There are people who would, before I die, I would like to. Oh, I started there. That place you want to get to before you die, I started there.
Yeah, it was scary enough now. It was, although it wasn't, because I was so young. I was probably only 19. I was so young that I didn't realize how scary it was. Do you know? Like if I did that now, if someone just said, "Come on," I would be much more nerve wracked by the whole thing. But I think I played something at a stay back, you know, in Whelan's as you did, and Glenn Hansard said, you know, we're playing next week, you know, you should come down and then literally just towards the end of the gig, as he's wont to do, said, "Where's your one?" Kind of up you get, and I had to get up and sing a song, and I'd never sung it for anyone. I don't think, apart from that stay back thing. So that was definitely the old baptism of fire.
It's remarkable.
So that's 20 years ago. So I love this place. So many of my favorite gigs have been here. My own gigs, hopping up at other people's gigs, the Turning Pirate New Year's Eve party gigs where you just get to sing your favorite songs. I sang Wuthering Heights here, doing the dance and everything. But so many of the best nights and the best gigs as an audience member, have been here. So it's nice to be back. It's weird. I haven't been here in 6 months or something. None of us both have.
Why do you think it works as a venue?
It always worked because it used to be very different. It used to be a different shape, and I think what I always liked about Vicar Street is it feels very inclusive for all the audience. Like, this is the shape. So many gigs you play are this shape, and that just doesn't. It doesn't really work so well, but it does. It feels like we're all just enclosed together in this space. Everybody can see. Nobody's that far away from anything. It's such a comfortable place for audience and band alike. But then I don't know what the magic of anywhere is. I don't. You couldn't plan it in advance. I don't know, or maybe you can. Maybe that's me being very naive, and people who do design these things are very offended. But there is a magic in it.